A cliffhanger? Really?
私たちはたどり着く旅の終着は貴様の決めた借りは返すさ必ず
Hey guys, this is Straw Hat Gamer here to I don't know what about The Flash season one, which I just got done with on Netflix. Recommended to me by some friends who told me it's good because I had never watched it. No one ever said anything about it. I only heard that it was really good a couple of weeks ago with season two and some really huge characters showing up. That's the same thing that actually happened to me with One Piece. And when Sabo showed back up, he I heard a lot of stuff. I saw a lot of videos, and I'm like, all right, maybe I should get on One Piece. So that's pretty much what happened, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm talking about The Flash season one and why it's so good. So I now love this show, like amazing. It's great. Uh, it does so many things right and so many things better than some of the superhero movies that come out, and it just shows some of the things you can do with superheroes, but still make it a TV show, you know? Um, One of the things that I really love about this show is the characters. The characters in this show are probably some of the best superhero medium characters I've ever seen, but mostly because you see you see them experience this life-changing cataclysmic event, this um, uh, particle particle accelerator explosion that changes all these people into different superpowered people, these metahumans. And you see what Barry goes through, what that entails with him being a CSI agent, or yeah, CSI agent. I was thinking about the show for a second, and you see his life change. He has to keep things from his family. He has to go work with these new people at Star Labs, and the people at Star Labs, they're like, okay, we did this. We have to change all this. We have to fix all this. We have to work and help Barry keep all these people from being so dangerous. And I love that. And I love the struggles some of them go through. One of the characters who works at Star Labs, the three people, one of them lost a loved one of their fiance in the Star Labs explosion, and she still feels sad. She feels real emotion, and she goes through this not denial case, but more of a repressed, I don't want to talk to anyone kind of state for a couple of months after it. And along with her death, she feels, along with her husband's death, or fiance's death, she does feel guilty about putting all these people in this situation. Also, and I love that. And there are many characters other in the show. They're funny. They're the most human-like characters I've seen in a superhero movie, in a superhero TV show, in a superhero uh, thing. Mostly because they go through real problems. They go, well, as real as they can get. Like there's a love triangle in the show, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of. Uh, it's there through the whole first season, and I'm just not the biggest fan of it. Me and my friend, the guy who introduced me to it, he said he's not the biggest fan of it. So uh, I don't know. I just couldn't get into it, and I knew it was there. I knew it was gonna be there. I knew it was gonna be there through the whole time. So I just had to sit through it, and I was like, all right. But other than that, what else is there? What else is there? The character, yeah, I was going on about the characters. They're really funny. They're really enjoyable. There are only a couple I didn't like. There was a generic general army guy who was wanting to use the metahumans as weapons. We've seen that before, all that shit. Um, yes, and there are, yeah, the characters are really great in this series. I don't think I have anything else to say about them. I don't want to go into Wells. I don't want to go into Wells right now. I I will say one thing. They shouldn't have revealed the fact that he was evil in the first episode. That's one thing. I think that was something that they could have revealed and like blown people's mind in the eighth episode, the man in the yellow suit. If they had done that there, I feel like it would have worked a lot better because we would have said, "What? How? What?" You know, and it would have drove me insane if they had done it that first time. And you wouldn't be looking at him through the entire series and some of the things he said, like, this guy is evil, you know? So that's all I gotta say about Wells. And I think I want to get right now into how they do the Flash in this show. And they do some of the other superpowers well in this show, but uh but it does look kind of TV CG-ish, but it's not really that bad. It's not really that good, but the Flash stuff they do really well. They sometimes they'll slow down time for it. Sometimes it'll just be him zipping through in the fights with him and Reverse Flash. He he just zips and zoops and they're fighting, but you know they're fighting, but also when Flash is running by himself, you can see, well, yeah, he's going like really, really super fast and it's weird because he's making these super sharp turns that someone at that speed really shouldn't be able to make. Also, there's the fights with the Reverse Flash. Like I was saying, you they're just zipping around, but you still know they're fighting because they're together and they're still then they're stopping at points, they're like spinning at points, and it's madness. It's crazy. Um, I like some of the another thing I really like about the show is some of the problem solving that goes on. The mysteries, the problem solving, figuring out how to take down a metahuman. It's really interesting. It reminds me a bit of JoJo, but it's not like on the spot thinking like it is in JoJo. It's more step back and do a game plan kind of thinking, even though they failed the first time. Uh, and I really do like that. I like shows that are smart. I like shows that aren't just go in, beat this thing up, and go back, you know? It's more go in, fail, you fail in life, and come back and think, all right, what do I got to do? And then go back and accomplish it. And that's kind of the formula a couple of the episodes go in, along with some other storylines thrown in through the show or through the episode to make it more interesting. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what else I want to not talk about before I talk about some of the favorite things about the show. Um, I will say this one thing before I get in that. Um, I don't know how to word this. I think this show has shown some great ways to make a Flash game. I mean, a game about the Flash, a game with the Flash main starring. And I feel like the Arrow would be a bit easier because it could just be the Batman Arkham style of games. But in Flash's case, it could be a lot more interesting. You could have it in a Spider-Man 2-esque kind of thing where you're just free roaming and you're still solving crimes and stuff. And you're solving crimes, you're just helping people, and which he does in the show. And you could just zip around the city and like this really awesome effect that would look great on next gen or this gen, I guess now. I should start calling it that, but I'm never going to. um, so he's zipping around, and one thing they did show in the show was this slow-mo thing that Alan goes through. And that would be an interesting way to kind of keep the speed in check and make you think, all right, if he's going this fast, how do we control him? How do we keep him from just going all the way over there without us being able to stop him? So we could have a couple different speeds, and it could be one speed is normal speed, and he'd still be going pretty fast. But I guess the other things are a little slowed down, but it's just like kind of manageable speed. And then there's more, all right, I guess I can call that like working speed. And then there'd be normal speed at which he just zips around, and that would be what you do to get around in the city or get around in. like the like a little confined area. And maybe there'd be even auto turns. I just thought about this now. If you're going up here and there's a wall right there, it'd turn, and if there's like a staircase right here, it'd go down the staircase. And maybe that'd be a little interesting. Also, there would be a slow speed where you can make more manageable things. Like if there's a huge crowd of people or a lot of guys with guns, you could just like go into the slow mode and just zip and attack one of them, another one, another one, another one, another one. Kind of like the shooting mode in Fallout 4. I'm not sure what that's called right now. So that's just a couple of thoughts for that, and that got it. I started thinking about that while I was watching the show. So I'm gonna talk about a couple of my favorite things in the show. Um, this is my first one, and that's Captain Cold. Captain Cold himself, the character, or the not the character, because he's not as interesting as some of the other characters are, but he's no. What I like about him is his performance. The way his um voice actor, his actor portrays Leonard Snart. It is hilarious. It is hilarious and awesome at the same time. Now, it's not like a Arnold Schwarzenegger and Batman and Robin kind of hilarious. It's more of a I can't even describe it. It's like he's completely dead serious, but he's still making wisecracks. It's like if Arnold Schwarzenegger from or Mr. Freeze from Batman and Robin was just this guy and he was dead serious. He talked like he was dead serious, like he was cold. Um, and he doesn't and I think I wrote this down and I said Snarf's performance is like a cocktail blend of confidence, arrogance, and don't give a shit. He acts like he does not give a single shit about whatever, but he does. That's where the confidence comes in and the arrogance. So uh, I've Uh, yeah, my last thing, because I'm not sure what else I can say because I said a lot. My favorite character in the show, I should have did this while I was talking about the characters, but my favorite character was John, I think. I think his name is John, but that didn't sound right. I'm sorry, yeah, I was wrong. His name is Joe. Joe is a very interesting character in the show, and I found myself loving him because he's just this normal, average, everyday cop, and like his name, Joe, is just an average, ordinary name. But he just has to deal with all this metahuman crap and all this Flash crap, and he can't comprehend a lot of the things that are happening around him. But he's still trying his hardest to help his son Barry, well, his son, his Barry's father is in jail, and Joe adopted him. It's complicated. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably already watched The Flash. But I'm trying to do this without talking about the plot. So Joe's character just seems the most relatable. Like he's just trying to work. He's just trying to make everything work and trying to help as much as he can while still trying to understand what's going on, but not to the point where he needs to know every single detail about everything. He just needs to know what's happening and why it's happening and how do we stop it. But he's also a very good person in, just a being in a morality kind of standpoint. Just he's trying to help his daughter. He's trying to help, like I said, Barry, the Flash. Um, and he's trying to do whatever he can to just help, like I said. And I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, and I know I am, but it's just what he does, and he's great at it, and he's just really trying, and I just can't help but love him for it. Plus, the way the actor portrays him is amazing to me, and it really shows this kind of thing he's going through. Plus, like I said, this goes in with the helping. He just wants to make sure everyone's safe. He just wants to protect everyone close and dear to him, even his partner, his cop partner. So Yeah, I think that's everything I say about The Flash. Great first season. I can't wait to start the second one. I heard there's a lot of good stuff, and plus it's like way shorter than this one was. I knocked this out in like 5 days. I took one day off, so it's really 4 days. That's like 4 episodes a day. That's crazy. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later. And it's time for me to start episode two, season two. What do you mean it's not on Netflix?